just decided this is just as good as it's gonna get. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another episode of Real Talk Tuesday. This light is probably not the best scenario for this. What is going on? Whatever, I'm just gonna deal with it. Today I am here with another Real Talk Tuesday. I had to like apologize to myself and get over myself because I was getting angry with myself at the fact that I haven't been so recent with my posts. I was doing so good for a while and then I just haven't been. And I decided, today's Tuesday, so let me just post Real Talk Tuesday talking about why I have been so unproductive in my YouTube posts. And the reason I am titling this the way I am, you will see in a little bit. Maverick is throwing his honeycomb all over the floor, but we're just gonna let it ride. We're just gonna let him do it, right? Okay, so basically, I don't even know like how I want to talk about this because I've already talked about like a mental health general video that I did talking about mental health and people undermining it, and which is a lot of the times the reason that I don't want to talk about mine, because people do undermine it and try to make you feel like you're not entitled to feeling the way that you do. And in the moment right now, because I've been feeling the way I feel, I'm just not really letting that bother me. Honestly, I just cannot believe that this year even happened. I have talked to many people who have agreed with me 100% for their own, you know, specific reasons, but this year has been the most trying and disappointing year of my life. And it honestly, it burns my lips to even to utter, and it hurts me to say because I've had my son, this is the first full year my son has been involved in my life and my family, and he is by far totally excluded from that statement. Truthfully, 100%, even as hard as toddlerhood is, I wouldn't trade him or anything that I'm experiencing with him or learned from him for the entire world. He has been the best thing of this year that has been of this year. He is by far the best thing ever. But as far as everything else, I feel like everything this year is just like one disappointment after the other and one experience after, like, not even experience, because I was gonna say learning experience, but I don't really know what I've learned from any of what happened. I don't feel like anything was a learning experience. I just feel like it was disappointing and unfortunate. And I feel like, after talking to myself for the last week, because that's why I haven't posted anything, I've literally just been spending my days talking to myself as I'm doing my daily duties and crying. And I've pretty much discovered that I'm not okay. I haven't been okay this whole year. And the closer it gets to the end of it and the more that goes on, the harder it's becoming for me to handle myself. Truthfully, handle myself. So I don't even know how some of the people that I talk to handle me. And I think that's what's made it harder as well, because I used to be able to, when I was feeling anxious or whatever the case, or depressed, if I was having like those really down lows, I kind of was good at like, okay, telling myself like, okay, you can feel low right now because you're absolutely entitled to feeling this depth of low, and you'll get over it and you'll be better, and then I could talk myself out of it. Well, I recently just haven't been. I haven't been able to pinpoint anything that I know for sure is causing me to feel sad, and then I haven't been able to really get myself out of it. It's kind of more of just I'm muddling through, and I feel like I'm settling with this feeling of disappointment and sadness, and it's affecting me a lot. But I can say, you know, there's obviously things that I know that I'm unhappy with that I am trying to fix and change, and that is why I titled this what I did, because I know there's people that watch my videos that are gonna open their mouth, and I'm honestly at a point of just not caring because I need to care about myself and my mental state. So the one thing I know for certain that has caused me to feel the way that I have felt all year is my job. This lighting is probably really distracting. I'm so sorry. Should I just like sit? We're gonna move. I wanted to have a nice background and like get my candle and stuff, but that's just not working. So I'm sorry if the whole beginning of this irked your nerves. It was irking mine too. I was just trying to deal with it. Anyway, so my job. And it's not even the job itself. It's not the job I have to do. It's not the people that I work with. It's not the way that the company is run. Nothing. I have now, it's been a year that I have been working a night shift job, and the hours are from 3:45 in the afternoon until 12:15 in the morning. My husband works opposite shifts. So for that year, you know, my husband and I, Monday through Friday, had a relationship. I talked about this in a previous video, so I'm sorry if this is like repetitive and annoying. I do apologize, but people don't know, or just a refresher. My husband and I work opposite shifts. That means Monday through Friday, we have 0 family time with our son. We have a total of an hour tops conversation a day, which leads to struggles in the relationship. I'm just gonna come out with it. My relationship is not great, and I know that my schedule plays a huge part in it, because for the entirety of my son's life thus far, we did not have the opportunity to be a family, because the world sucks, and it is made apparent that you have to have 2 incomes to survive. And that's it. To survive, to thrive, to make moves, you need 2 incomes in a family to make that happen. So we just had to do what we had to do, and we've settled in that. And that's what's been so depressing for me, is that I've settled in it. And I know one thing that has brought me to this realization is the fact that since my accident, I have been home due to the injury in my foot, as per my doctor, to be home this long. And in being home, granted, it hasn't been the easiest because of my injury, but it's still giving me the opportunity to taste that life of being home for my son, being home for my husband, and, you know, keeping our home. And I've said, even since before I got pregnant, when my husband and I were even thinking about kids, I've always said my dream, and I think a lot of, I'm not gonna say everybody, because I know a lot of people have dreams of having this dream career, you know, and for me, I've never had that. I've had those big dreams of like, oh, I want to be a famous singer, and I wanted to get into photography or music, and honestly those were like very short-lived, and like I still find a passion in a lot of like artistic and creative things. I can't think of another word for it, but still I've never felt more of a passion in my life than just to be a mom. And my job, I'm gonna get emotional. I'm gonna get emotional. I've been really emotional. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. My job and the absolute need, if you will, to have that job has kept me from doing that. So it becomes very depressing when you have to live your everyday life being unhappy in what you do. I'm saying you. I'm so sorry. I always apologize for this, but I hate saying you. Me. I have been depressed because I have been kept from being happy because finances are an issue, and it sucks. So I'm at a point now where the closer I get to finding out, first of all, what the heck is wrong with my foot, because I still don't even know. The doctor still doesn't even fully know. We're still just waiting for it to get better before they decide to actually do something about it. The closer, you know, the more time is going on, and the closer it's becoming a realization of like, I know I'm gonna have to go back to that life. And it sucks, and I can say that it's not even only just my, you know, my at-home life with my son and my husband. Like I'm very close with my in-laws, and I'm very close with my parents, and literally in a physical sense and in an emotional sense, I'm very close to them, and they are literally physically right down the road. And opportunities are presented all the time to just talk to them, to spend time with them, and like those things fulfill me and make me happy. And I can say the one reason I don't like talking about this is because I don't want it to come off as like I'm this lazy, selfish person who doesn't want to work, because that's not the case. Because I can tell you right now, and I've done it on one foot, that keeping a house and a child is a job. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says, because there's days where at the end of the day I'm disappointed in myself because I didn't get all of this done in so many hours, because it's hard to do everything being home as well. And I fully give my applause, if you will, I can't think of another word, to moms who do this every single day, and it is their job, because it's not easy. It's not the easiest job that people might think that it is, but it's also what fulfills me. So it's just been very difficult all around, because I know that my emotions and my depression that I have been experiencing, especially in the last few weeks, is affecting my life. It's affecting my marriage. It's affecting my parenting. It's affecting my way of thinking. It's affecting my sleep patterns. It's affecting my appetite even. It's been hard, to say the very least. So, hi honey. There's so much of me that tries to be rational, and then there's so much of me that just wants to be happy and thinks that like some of the things that I may think are rational maybe make sense, but aren't 100% and totally necessary. And I'm trying to find that balance, because I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy with my life. And I've also, in talking to myself, have discovered that maybe this is just a part of your 20s, because we're finding ourselves, and you know what, it's not funny, it's almost ironic, because I have a 14-year-old nephew, and I remember being 14 years old, and I have had conversations with him about how hard it is being 14 and being a teenager. At this point now, knowing how hard your 20s is with trying to find yourself and find your purpose and follow your path and still survive and be happy, it's the hardest task that has ever been presented to me. And I'm not sitting here trying to like complain about life. Like, that is life, and I'm aware of that, and I am muddling through like the rest of us, you know, but it's just the fact that like I've come to realize, and it's been hard. And this year and how everything has panned out and lined up has really made that apparent, and hasn't made it any easier, because like I said, I feel like there's been just so many unfortunate events that have taken place. What are you doing? Do you stink? Do you have a poop? Do you have a poopies? Yeah. I know, I can smell you. We're gonna take care of that in a minute here. I don't even know what I was saying. And this isn't like, this is the least bit informative. This is the least bit of like anything that probably matters to anybody. I just really needed to vent. I just really needed to vent and get it out. And I don't know. I guess to make this more of a, I can't think of words today. To make this more of a topic to discuss or talk about. Is anybody feeling the same way? Have any of you found the key, or learned the lesson, or figured out how to make it better for yourself? Because I am just stuck. I vlogged, this has to be a couple months back now, where I literally titled it, "I'm Lost." And I very lightly touched base on how I was feeling. But words like that are the best way to describe. Lost, numb, stuck. All words to describe how I've been feeling in the last year. And then very much so in the last few months, wrapping up this hell of a year that I've had. You know, I am not the most religious person, but I know, I honestly, I do carry faith, and that is brought to the forefront of my mind at times, where I'm just reminding myself to entrust in my God and the path that He has chosen for me. But it's just been hard. It's just been really hard. So I'm sorry if this is boring and uninteresting and something you're not, you know, looking to see. However, I just really needed to get this out, and I am home with a 1-year-old who can't speak back to me, and a dog who looks at me like this when I try to vent to her, because to be honest, I've been losing my mind and speaking to my dog and my kid who can't respond to me, and to windows and doorways and other inanimate objects, because I'm just losing my freaking mind. So I figured I'd talk to another inanimate object, being my camera, who eventually will reach probably a total of like 35 people, and that's enough for me just to feel like I was able to talk to somebody about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I hope you're having a hell of a lot better of a year and a time than I am. I don't wish these feelings on anybody, though I know people feel the same or even worse, and I am wholeheartedly with you, and I hope and pray that you get out of the rut that you were in, because I know it sucks. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video.